To today in LA. I'm Mike Amos. He's Forrest Lee as we start Friday on our show. We got a phone ringing right off the bat. Good morning. You're on Today in LA.
Morning.
Hey, Michael. Yeah.
LA, of course, is Lower Alabama. And, of course, we're on Facebook across the country, across the world on Facebook. Can you believe that? My niece or my cousin out in Seattle, I need to get her on this show, she's always saying, why don't you call my aunt? And I do. And I told her I left it, all that information. They just haven't tried to get it right now. But we got a huge week going on, and Forrest Lee's got all the information.
Yeah. Well,
I'll tell you what, we better watch out for Southern Miss. Troy might have some competition for the West now.
What was that final?
39-24. They were up at one time, 29-5 over Louisiana Lafayette.
They look good, and the running back. I don't even know if he played against Troy, did he?
Yeah, Gore. He ran for about 70 yards against Troy, but he was playing quarterback last night and threw a 50-yard touchdown pass.
He played quarterback.
Where's he from? I mean, what high school?
His dad's the legendary Frank Gore Jr.
Played 16 years with the 49ers.
All he did was rush for 16,000 yards in the NFL.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, a couple of things. Of course, it's Friday. Thank God.
Thank goodness.
It's going to be a great weekend. I'm not sure about the weather. What's the weather report? Do we have any idea?
We need to get it. We need to get it.
But anyway, a couple of birthdays that I want to mention. In Little Oak, got Hunter Shaver. He's probably about 20. He comes from a great family. Emily Belcher Brookins, she's got a couple of boys at Pike Level Arts. She's from Troy. Joy Graham Bragan, that's one of Danny and Cornelia's daughters. Joy lives and teaches in Birmingham. She's married to Trey Bragan, but today's her birthday, so happy birthday in the big city of Birmingham. And then
she used to be assistant principal at Liberty Park Middle School. I don't know where she's at now, but when I lived in Birmingham, that's where she was at, in Liberty Park.
Yeah. I think her and Trey have a couple of girls, and so happy birthday to Joy. And there's a girl that I knew around Luverne and Glenwood, Lynn Bozeman. Her she's married to Norman. She married Butch Norman's brother. So happy birthday to Lynn Bozeman, Norman, in Luverne, Alabama. And we got the Peanut Festival this weekend in Brundage, Alabama. It's going to kick off about 9. I think the parade is supposed to start maybe at 1. Don't have a newspaper in front of me, but the Peanut Butter Festival, they have arts and crafts and all kind of stuff. There's a Boot Cancer Festival in Raymond, a Boot Cancer. A lot of events going on up there this weekend. Miss Troy University pageant will take place on the campus of Troy University. And
did you see who the host is going to be, Mike? Did you see it?
The MC?
MC?
Yeah.
He called me Melissa.
Melissa Amos. Her husband is Christopher Joel.
Whose
daddy is Joel. That's their brother.
Whose uncle is Mike.
Mike.
First cousin is Michael.
Yeah, that's right.
And but anyway, that'll be on the campus of Troy University. I'm not sure what time that starts. Saturday. Halloween is Monday.
Yep. Trick or treat. Remember that. That's Monday.
I think Halloween started all week.
But in my neighborhood,
I'm already officially done with Halloween.
Did you know in my neighborhood they trick or treat on Friday today? My neighborhood, because of the crowd.
You don't need to give that information away. You'll have everybody up there now.
I know you might.
I live in Country Club. You get ready because you're gonna get
slammed. I know. You're right. You'll get slammed, no question.
Talking about my neighborhood. We had that big rain. The last big rain we have. Well, I got remnants of some more toilet paper coming out of the tree. Another big roll of toilet paper came out. The little Presswood kid. Braden. That's at our school. I said, Braden, another roll of toilet paper come out of my tree, and I think your fingerprints are on it.
Please don't squeeze the Charmin. Please don't squeeze the Charmin. How many times have you seen that commercial?
A lot. And
that's big time toilet paper.
But also this weekend at Little Oak Methodist Church, there's a fall festival from 4 to 6. And then the town of Goshen will be celebrating Fall Festival I believe from 6 to 8:30, it's going to be at the Baptist Church, and then they'll have hay rides and stuff like that. And a big win last night for Pike Liberal Arts. They won 50-6 over
They
Calhoun.
finally got on total track. They look good too.
Yeah, and I want to mention the seniors, Mike.
Do.
K.C. Bradford.
He's a good one too.
And his brother's a quarterback, but K.C. Bradford, Colton Taylor, offensive lineman, plays offensive, defensive lineman.
Yes, sir.
Davis Crash Kilcrease.
Yeah.
Davis Kilcrease, he never comes off the field. I don't think none of these guys ever come off the field. Corey Jones, Jr., he came to us, I believe, last year. But Corey is an outstanding young man. His family, he's related to Cornelius Griffin.
Okay.
He stays with his grandmother here near Troy.
So he plays for Pike instead of going to Pike County. Is that
Well,
right?
he would be ineligible because he would have.
Okay,
he was already at our
right.
school.
Yeah.
He would have to make a bona fide move, which his whole entire family
That's
would
right.
have to move from, I believe, Hale County or Greene County to move over here. But anyway, Levi DeBoer.
Yep.
Levi DeBoer, that family moved in, I guess, last year, but they're originally from South Dakota.
Oh man.
This is his first year of football. He's
Well,
probably the fastest kid in school.
Oh really?
But this is his first year playing football. Yeah. Levi did a wonderful job offensively and defensively. He's a wide receiver and defensive back. And another young fella played linebacker, played offensive lineman, played tight end. I think he scored a couple of times last night. Cade Renfro. And he received a scholarship from Troy University.
Oh really?
He's going to Troy University to play football.
Yeah, that's right.
But congratulations to him on that.
Wait a minute. You're telling me he got a football scholarship to Troy?
Well, it was in the paper. I saw it on Facebook. He's going to Troy University.
Wow, that is amazing. You're telling me Al Renfro now has one kid on scholarship as a kicker, and now another kid that's on scholarship?
Yeah, that's Cade. Yeah, Cade's a little bit thicker than his brother. He's more of he kicks as well, but I could see him as a H-back or something like, but he's going to Troy University.
I got to find out about that. I wonder if that's just a preferred walk-on.
I'm not sure, but search it on the Troy thing, but it came out in the paper.
Normally Troy doesn't give scholarships to kickers. He's not
a kicker, Dad. He's a linebacker.
Oh, okay.
No, he's a linebacker. Could be a H-back, but he's thicker than his brother, what I'd say, and that's a good term. But good youngin'. I'm talking about those are 6 seniors that I want to commend them for. They knew they were fixing to go through the gauntlet. It's a gauntlet. It's going to be a gauntlet next year. And then in another 2 years, then they'll be in a region. Pike Liberal Arts will be either probably toward Goshen, Laverne Highland Home, or they go toward Ayrton, GW Long that way. My guess, there'll be a 2A, and they'll still go in 2A around Goshen, Laverne. Like, see, all other sports, volleyball, softball, basketball, baseball, golf, they're all 2A and are eligible for the playoffs with the exception of football because we got in late. Now, Tuscaloosa Academy, that got in a little bit earlier, they are in the playoffs. Yeah. And they did good in volleyball. Tuscaloosa Academy did.
Yeah, sure did.
But anyway, congratulations to those seniors. And they won 50-6 last night. I don't have all the stats in front of me. I could have pulled it up on the TroyMessenger.com, but my subscription expired on the internet. So, and I'll try to reinstate that. And volleyball.
Yeah, we had other games last night too. In college football, you had Utah hold on and beat Washington State 21-17, and then North Carolina State, Virginia Tech was a close game as well. I think North Carolina State came back and won 22-21.
You know what? Virginia Tech led in that ball game most of the time. I need to find out what happened to that game.
Hey, Michael, if you will, or I can do it in a few minutes. Bayside Academy won again. They defeated. I had it front. Oh, it's right here.
Okay.
Yeah. In 1A, Addison won as 1A champion. 2A, Donahoe. 3A champion, Prattville Christian.
All right, yeah.
defeated Plainview.
Donahoe's in Anniston, Alabama. That's where my cousins went to school.
Yep. Mm. Montgomery Catholic beat Trinity 3-1
for the championship.
Yes, Montgomery Catholic state champion in 4A, and 5A Westminster Christian defeated Arab for 5A, and 6A Bayside Academy defeated Spanish Fort.
So they won another one.
They won another one. Congratulations to Bayside and Brenda Allen and her daughter Emily, their assistant coaches.
It has a Troy tie, doesn't it?
Troy ties for sure, and I think that's their 21st state championship.
It is really
which is
amazing.
A national record.
Yeah.
And I saw it on ESPN last night.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I woke up like at 1 for a little bit and hit it. But McGill Tulin, 7A, the Dirty Dozen, defeated Bob Jones. In 7A volleyball, they are the state champion. So congratulations to McGill Tulin.
Oh boy, what a run! What a run!
So the
yeah, it looks like NC State was down 21-3.
That's
all the
right.
way back with their third string quarterback and won last night.
And won that game. I felt bad for Virginia Tech because they played so well for 3 quarters, and then they just sort of give it away, you know.
Yeah, Virginia Tech now is 2-6 on the year. 6-2 is NC State. Yeah. So Virginia Tech, man, that program is really falling.
It seems like they would hire go back and hire Beamer's son to coach.
Yeah, you know that would be probably what the fan base wants. Hey, I'm on Zoom if they want to put me on.
Yeah, Mike's on Zoom, Steve.
Hey, and a couple more high school scores. Chipley, who Pike Liberal Arts played earlier in the year, they defeated Excel 28-12, and I believe that's who Pike County opens up with, and traveling to Excel.
Excel's got a good team too.
Yeah, but they got beat by Chipley, Florida, and some other local scores. Dothan defeated Jeff Davis 41-12. Let's see here. Leroy beat Washington County 56-6. Opp 20, Ashford 6. Pike Liberal Arts again 50, Calhoun 6.
Does Rehoboth play tonight, or against GW Long, or they play last night?
No, they play tonight, I believe.
So this is the game we need to know about right here, Dad. Gus Shores beat BC Rain 56-27. So that means that Charles Henderson will play Williamson in the first round.
Williamson, okay, a big 5A school.
Strong beat Providence Christian 19-7. And there's a lot of football games tonight. I know Brantley travels to Florella.
Yeah.
We have Rehoboth at GW Long. Reeltown is at Zion Chapel.
That's right.
Houston Academy at Pike County High School.
That is going to be
Troy Cable will be there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be one of the top games of the year. And Coach Hurt's got Pike County playing very good football. And, of course, a native Crenshaw County coach is coaching Houston Academy, Mike.
Played at Dozier.
Eddie Brunish.
Yeah, he played at Dozier right before Dozier closed. And, of course, with a great rushing, still holds the rushing record for one single game at Troy.
Yeah. We got St. James travels through Troy to get to Ozark. St. James and Montgomery.
That's right.
And Enterprise will be traveling through Troy to get to Lee of Montgomery, go Wildcats.
That's right.
And I have not heard about the Crenshaw Snook game. Crenshaw's supposed to be traveling to Baldwin County to play Snook.
We are Snook. We are Snook.
And again, congratulations to Goshen High School. They improved. Man. They had 1 win last year. This year, 6. And barely missed the playoffs.
Yeah, Coach Moore.
Don Moore.
And boy, he has done a job. Hey, we better be careful. Somebody's allowed to put him on the protocol.
Sure.
Protocol. Is that what they call it?
Mount Brook last night won. Your daughter's my wife's school. Mount Brook 41 beat Baker 7, and then the New Money of Vestavia Hills 44, Helena 24.
What is that now?
The New Money of Vestavia Hills 44, Helena 24. You never heard that before?
No, oh yeah. No.
The old money of Mountain Brook and the new money of Vestavia Hills.
Yeah.
Helen won 53-26. I wonder what Headland's record ended up being.
You know, they didn't make the
I
playoffs, did they?
believe, let's see, let me pull up that. Well, they have not placed the playoff brackets yet. Headland, I believe, is in the playoffs, the number 4 seed.
Oh, really?
And I had that. I left my folder at school. But anyway.
But you're right that.
Man, there was like 45 games last night.
Yeah, most time I want to go ahead and get it
How about
over.
this, Dad? You think you'd ever hear this score? Russell County 33, Greenville 13.
Boy, that is unreal.
God.
Russell County for years and years was strictly a baseball school. In fact, the baseball players didn't even play football. And I always, when we do a game over there, I always say, well, if they start letting these baseball players play football, they'll be pretty good. And evidently, that's what it was. But Greenville, I'd like to find out about Greenville. It's a proud program like Charles Henderson, and that they have. Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, they're a proud program like Charles Henderson over the years, and they've just ran all the players off. Seems like.
Maybe you got to instill discipline.
Yeah, you're right.
And you may go hit the rough spot the next year. Hey, I know this coach don't play.
Yeah.
It could be that.
Yeah.
And if you remember, didn't Luverne go through the same thing after Coach Daniel left? Didn't Butch have a off year that first year?
But
I'll go back and look.
Yeah.
But they still made the playoffs. But, that first year, you got to set the standard.
That's right.
But I don't know, but that's...
I'm thinking that's what happened, and, the guy, wants it done his way and, or the highway,
Yeah, Baltimore beat Tom Brady and the Buccaneers last night.
Boy, what's
Brady's
happening?
having a rough year. He's going through a divorce. He's 3-5 now with Tampa Bay. Looks like his Super Bowl chances are probably over this year, I would say. Strong beat Providence Christian last night as well. That was a big game for Pike County because I think Providence Christian had a weird outside chance to maybe get in.
So now, did Pike County make the playoffs regardless?
Yeah, they're in the playoffs for sure now.
Yeah, but I tell you what, if you want to see, and I might just mosey on down there, if you want to see a good high school football game, go to Pike County High School and Bulldog Stadium tonight. When the Bulldogs of Pike County High School go head-to-head with those rich kids from Houston Academy, or excuse me, most of those kids have been recruited. Isn't that right, Mike?
Yeah, you think anybody will be hitting Pro's Chicken up in Brundage tonight?
I don't know. So.
Well,
they got a Monarchus down there now too.
Yeah, they sure do.
Pizza Palace. There's places to eat in Brundage,
You're right,
Alabama.
and I'm proud for them. And
I could eat Crow's Chicken for breakfast.
I could too. and another thing, they serve catfish during the weekends, don't they?
They do. I think they have gizzards and livers too.
Well, Cheryl Crow, every time he gets in that beautiful car of his to head to his office, he knows he did produce a wonderful chicken for many years.
Patsy Gibson.
Troy, Alabama is blessed with fried chicken places. They have more than any little small town I've ever seen.
And then most people, well, the award winner is over at Luverne.
We need a Crows on the bypass in Troy, and we need a chicken shack in Troy.
Yeah,
with those vegetables.
Hey, I would think he would do well, no question. Now I ate at Martin's yesterday, Mike, but they don't have the relish. They have that. Used to have that relish that you would put on your vegetables, which was wonderful. It's not quite the same, but I sat down and ate the finest, without any doubt in my mind, the finest cornbread muffins that you'll ever eat. They were right out of the oven. They were still steaming when they brought them to my table. I cut it in half, got a layer of butter and put it on top of it, and it just sunk to the bottom.
What kind of butter do y'all like? Y'all like Land O'Lakes?
Yeah, I like that.
It's like
I like that a
it's like
lot.
it's like real butter they give you there.
Yeah.
It's not like some imitation.
But let me tell you, without a doubt, the finest cornbread muffins in the world.
They still have that relish at Martin's you like?
That's what I was talking about earlier, Mike. No, they don't, and it's real expensive to make, and they are not making it. And also, I'll go ahead and tell you this: Martin's has one of the top pies. I get a coconut pie about like that, and the meringue is about like that at Martin's. Martin's has wonderful homemade pies every day, and then of course I wish I had those muffins they put in front of you with just steam coming off the top, and boy, and then the corners are crisp. It's a crisp cornbread.
Bernice Rayleigh, I think she had a sister.
Yeah.
She was a sister to Catherine Thomas, Russell's and Pork Chop's mother. Well, I knew where she lived in my neighborhood, so I took them some vegetables.
Yeah.
And she was in there, and I think her daughter was in there. And she said, "Would you love a piece of cake?" I said, "Yes, ma'am. Can I have some milk with it?" Well, she brought out a coconut cake. I do not like coconut. But that moment, I just ate it and just acted like I loved it.
Yeah.
I washed it down with milk.
Oh, really?
And I met Miss Bernice, and she was sweet. She was a sweet lady.
Well, let me tell you this. I ordered.
I love a coconut cake.
Mm.
Well, let me tell you this. I have ordered.
I'm not a fan of your meringue though on the on a pie. I like whipped cream.
No, I like meringue. Oh, I like meringue. Jane Corley makes those great pies with the meringue, and a lot of people did not realize, but at one time Jane's mother and daddy owned a restaurant in Opelika where all the Auburn Tigers, including Suge Jordan, ate every Sunday. It was a wonderful place to eat, and they had those homemade pies with the meringue.
What was the name of it?
Well, I should be able to name it. It was a famous old home that they served it out of. It was. I wish somebody would call and.
When I think of Suge Jordan, I think of World War II, because he served the country in the Purple Heart. Yeah. He served in the European Theater and the Pacific Theater.
Yeah. So
Ralph Suge Jordan.
That's right.
And he coached basketball and football at Auburn. We read that one day on the show too. I wasn't aware he coached both.
Basketball, yeah.
Have you ever heard of Sonny Lumbaugh? That was the wrestling coach at Auburn.
Oh yeah. Well, all right. Now you're talking about Lumbaugh.
Sonny Lumbaugh.
I go back with another coach, wrestling coach at Auburn, and his name was. I should know it because his son was the one that pitched the one hitter against us in Little League that year. Umbach.
What
was before your guy?
Well, here's the story of that connection that I have. When I went to Georgia, I taught in Meriwether County for 3 years, Manchester,
Meriwether County,
and Greenville. Then I took a job at Whitesboro Road Middle School in LaGrange, Georgia. We fed Troop High. Troop High's head wrestling coach was Darrell Daniel, who wrestled at Auburn. So he taught me how to coach wrestling. We did a clinic in Demopolis, Alabama. He and Tommy Walburn and myself. Tommy's a retired football coach in Georgia. We stay in Demopolis, but we go do the clinic at Marengo Academy, which had a wrestling program with an AISA. The guy who invited us was Bear Rankin, who wrestled at Auburn under Lumbaugh too. Well, Bear Rankin, in my class, there's a little fellow named Ward, Aaron Ward. His daddy is the pastor at Joaquin Baptist Church where Pork Chop used to, Mike Thomas preached. His mother is a Rankin, and that was her great uncle, Bear Rankin, that we ate at his home. Yeah. And that's the connection of how things work out. But I just wanted to mention Sonny Lumbaugh, and they were disciples of him.
I will tell you a little bit about what I know about wrestling. You know, wrestling used to be a big sport, especially at Benjamin Russell High School of Alexander City. They dominated wrestling for years. I'd like somebody to look that up. And they had Foshis, all these Foshis over there that were wrestlers and so forth.
Well, here's what I did. I recruited in my physical education classes.
Yeah.
And you know these kids, you know, because you got different weight classes. You got 90 pounds, 95, 100, 105, 120, on up. And you know those little ones who won't back down from nobody.
Yeah.
They may be at West Point. A lot of my kids were from West Point, Georgia. And they wouldn't back down from a rattlesnake. I said, hey, come here, young fella. And I said, would you be interested in wrestling? Yeah. And they would win.
Yeah.
Because we taught them, take them down, let them up. It's 2-1. Take them down, let them up, 4-2. When they wear them out, then I said, pin them. So that's how we did it. But
you know, I wish Troy Cable could find the old footage, but Dad emceed a wrestling match.
I sure did.
Troy had a running back that was or a fullback. He was from down here, Fort Walton Beach, but it was him and Antoine Marsh, the great defensive tackle. Yeah. And I'm trying to think of who the running back was, but they were wrestlers against two like minor league wrestling guys, and it was to raise money for Troy's football program. Yeah. Remember that, Dad?
Yeah, I do.
One wears green.
You emceed the match. I think you might have been the ref.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One wears a green strap around one ankle. The other one wears a red. And you have, I think, 3. I forgot the minutes. It's maybe a 2-minute match per whatever segment. Yeah. But one is on bottom to begin with. No, they both start like this to begin with. In the second round, one's on the bottom, the next one's on top. But that's a fun sport. Yeah. Now, Charles Henderson, for the last 2 years, had a wrestling program. Whether or not they have one this year, I'm not sure. Jackson West was dynamic. And
I've got you got to show me your
hey, Michael, I got my sunglasses.
Michael, you got to say this. Yeah. This is one of those boys. Look at that.
I'm a soul man.
Yeah.
Good with the beard.
That's right. He sure does look good with a beard. But now he's one of the
Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers, and really,
you know. Is that what Forrest is going to be for Halloween?
Yeah, that's right.
I could be an Amish guy. I could be
or be Forrest Lee.
I could be Forrest Lee. Here, that long
run, Forrest, run, Forrest, run.
You could be a part of the Dixie Mafia wearing that.
Yeah,
I've got pictures of Troy State baseball. You know, me and Bill Gospel.
That's right. Yeah.
Bill Gospel and I dressed up as the Blues Brothers at the Troy State National Championship game. We went to my house.
In baseball.
We stole about 5 of my mother's white sheets. And we spray painted, "We Chase Troy State Baseball." Chase Riddle.
Yeah.
You know, the Blues Brothers, they were on a mission from God.
That's right.
So we put, "We're on a mission from Ralph Adams." Then we had the winning combination, R.W. Adams, R.E. Stewart, and C. Riddle. So we drove to Patterson Field in my 1964 Buick Electra 225 hardtop, baby blue. We drive up above Patterson Field to that neighborhood. We walk through somebody's yard.
Yeah.
We start holding up those sheets in the right field bleachers above the kudzu. Above the kudzu. And so we packed it all up. We came back down. We drove back down, and we meet the Amos family.
Yeah.
We took pictures with the Amos family. And so then we go into the ballpark. So we're walking up and down between innings. I've got my briefcase and I have a glove in my hand. And so we're walking up and down the stands. And then we took a bunch of pictures with people.
Yeah.
And I've got probably 10 pictures of that. Now, when Troy had their 25th anniversary, they wanted us to come back at the ball game.
Yeah.
But the guy that was Elwood, I mean, I couldn't get nobody to come with me.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was the story of Bill Gospel. He was Elwood.
Gospel has some serious blonde hair. What do you do? Wear a wig?
No, he just had a black hat on.
Yeah.
But the original guy was Ken Johnson
Yeah,
from Dothan.
that's right.
He was a
So
policeman here.
was Bill Gospel originally a cheerleader at Troy too?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think he was. Yeah. He's one of the first male
William
cheerleaders.
Gospel.
Yeah.
His dad was big time at Sears at one time. He's
Yeah.
got a brother, Paul.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
Paul,
how long did Gospel run the natatorium? I felt like he was there forever.
I do not know. He was good, or
Yeah.
is good. I don't know. And
I remember him when I was a kid. You know, that's where you hung out. You hung out at the Adams Center to go bowl, and then we hung out at the natatorium to go swimming, like during the summer.
and you had ping pong downstairs,
Yeah.
table tennis.
And
Yeah.
you know, I told him, I said, Bill, my son's gonna be taking you for what was it? Scuba diving.
You know,
and I said he needs the A bad. He needs the A bad.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I think he gave you an A, didn't he? Or you earned it, didn't you?
I told you that story a couple of days ago. I said he gave us all A's before our finals. I said we all flunked our finals, but we got A's anyway.
you know, there's not a place that I know in Troy that has a diving board where you can
Yeah,
dive,
that's right.
and there's no high dive.
Yeah, and you could in that old natatorium though.
But don't go in head first; you'd lose your drawers.
But the whole key to all of that was liability. You know, that high dive, that thing was
Buy you insurance.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
we would have big swim meets at Troy University during Greek week. We would have swim
that's right.
meets. And going back to Bill Gospel, we had two brothers. Wes Thornall's about 6'6". He's a U.S. Marshal. And Bill Gospel. Well, lo and behold, we were behind. When those two rascals, by the time they got in the water, Bill Gospel looked like a supersonic jet. That right, he could swim. But anyway, that's...
Yeah. I want to comment on this. 6 boys.
Hey, Mike, good to see you.
Hey there. Good morning.
Come
Good
here.
morning,
Show them your.
Millie.
Here's our little witch.
Oh, hey, Millie. Good morning. Hey, trick or treat, Millie. Trick or treat. You gonna give me some candy?
Yeah,
Are you gonna
Mike.
give me some candy, Millie? She's so cute.
I got to put on her hat when we leave and her broom.
Yeah, exactly. We want to mention a few. Charles Henderson's Nico Brugge, Corey Johnson, and our 2 kids that did well with the cross country regional cross country meet held at Bay Minette.
Mm-hmm.
Those kids from Charles Henderson.
You know, both Charles Henderson's cheerleaders and Pike LeVar's cheerleaders will be going to a big competition next weekend.
Yes, sir.
And we'll find out more information about that and where they're going. Yeah. And it may be Birmingham, but let me get my facts straight. But good luck to them.
And let me say something, too. The Charles Henderson cheerleaders placed 2nd in the state at a meet recently for cheerleaders.
And I think that qualified them for the Nationals
right.
in Disney World. But this is a competition that they're going to qualify for what they call the State Cheerleading Championships of Alabama. And but if there's anyone out there who would like to donate to their expenses,
That's right, yeah.
Charles Henderson cheerleaders and the Pike LeVar cheerleaders, they're doing fundraisers to help offset the cost of travel to the Birminghams, to the Disney Worlds.
And and if somebody wants to do a cake auction, we'll do a cake auction, to help them.
I think I read a little Pee Wee thing. I think I read Jody Jeffco was mentioning her son and them were going to South Carolina to play a football game.
Is that like Pop Warner? I'm not sure, but Nathan did not play for.
I know it's like some local kids going to play a football game and they're trying to raise money.
Yeah, Robert Lee, I think, is involved in that. He's a big gospel singer.
Oh, really?
But it's some kind of league that they're in.
I've never heard of a team going to play a game off in South Carolina when they're that young.
I tell you what, the big red thrashing machine could do it. You know what? I could huddle them up.
Look, Dad, I wore my DeMarcus Ware jersey for Halloween the other night. You see it?
No, I'd like to see it.
Dad got me a DeMarcus Ware jersey one time years ago, watching the Dallas Cowboys practice.
Yeah.
Johnny Williams.
Yeah, he treated us like we were something
Y'all
special.
went to Oxnard, California.
That's right,
where,
Oxnard,
yeah. The Cowboys do their preseason practicing.
Michael.
And Mary Prater was a cheerleader, so I wore a jersey to be her football player.
Well, good.
When I did was working on my 6-year degree, my EDS degree with Richard Shaughnessy, and I hung around the athletic department a lot because we were studying and doing stuff like that. Well, O.C. Manero.
Yeah, that's right, Manero.
And Marcus Ware. They were walking around, and I said, good night. I mean, it's amazing. Richard Shaughnessy.
Yeah.
What he
doesn't get near the credit for what he's done.
Is he from Dothan?
From Dothan. Coach played for the 2 years on the state championship team at Northview.
Well, his brother, was an offensive lineman.
Oh yeah,
he's somewhere in Florida, I think.
And I'll tell you something. I tell you,
Leonard was a great center.
And I'll tell you something else about Leonard. Listen to this. He benched over 500 pounds.
And after his football career, he got his weight off.
Yeah.
Leonard did.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what it looks like now, but Richard Shaughnessy.
Yeah.
He's.
And I tell you what was my buddy Mike that broke the did 225 52 times.
His name was Zeke.
Yeah, we call him Zeke. We call him Z. And he was another one of Shaughnessy's favorite people.
I mean, Shaughnessy had a pipeline going to the pros.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to his office now if he's still there. I don't know if he's still there.
Yeah, he's still there. Yes, sir.
He has all those jerseys of all his former players.
Yeah, he sure does.
Well, on there in the stadium, right there in that end zone, there's all the players who've played at Troy University that's played in the pros. They got a list by every pro football team and the helmets, and
that's right.
The wall is slam full.
It really
on that defense alone, you had Cameron Sheffield, he was drafted. DeMarcus Ware was drafted. O.C. Muir was drafted. You had Leotis McKelvin that was drafted. Gary Banks, I think, might have been a late draft or a free agent.
Gary Banks from
Mack played in the secondary for years. The great safety was drafted. Remember the great safety Martin?
Yeah.
What about Tynes?
Yeah, Lawrence Tynes. Martin made it. Played in the pros for a long time.
He sure did.
A kid out of Georgia.
McClendon.
And one time, Troy had. Yeah, McClendon. You had at least 8 or 9 guys in the pros at one time for Troy.
That's amazing.
And that's when Shaughnessy was the strength coach.
Yeah.
Who do we have now?
One guy.
Well, he's been on our show. He does a good job.
You got Mario out of Tarrant. He plays for the Houston Texans.
Oh yeah. Well, we got a lot.
Yeah, that's all I know. Hey, you want to take a break?
Yes, we will. We'll be back to more of Today in LA after this.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
These teenage years can be tricky to navigate, especially when it comes to teaching my son about managing money. I'm thankful for helpful tools like Sidekick from Max. With Sidekick, requesting and rewarding money is easy. He can earn it by completing chores, making honor roll, or simply making a request from his own app. I love that I can easily monitor his purchases and set limits to help him learn to make smart choices with his spending, even on video games. Sidekick, find it in your Max app.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Our wide selection of pre-owned vehicles looks so good, you'll think they're new.
So take the short drive to Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama.
War Eagle! The Auburn Tigers are preparing for a big football game against the Arkansas Razorbacks this Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. It's Auburn and Arkansas. Of course, I say Auburn will win. Albie says Auburn will win. War Eagle. Okay, I've already gone out on a limb, and I've taken Auburn to win the football game, Mike, to win the football game. When was the last time you heard somebody say that? Auburn's going to win the football game?
You think Auburn's going to win?
Yes, sir. Going to win the football game. It's a do or die situation at Auburn.
I look at it as where programs are going, like as far as, momentum and coaching. And that shit, Sam Pittman guy is very impressive at Arkansas. And he just has the better quarterback. I mean, I feel like the quarterback is the difference in this game.
Yeah, Carolina's kind of going up. Texas A&M's going down.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
It's one of those things where Auburn, I just don't think they're consistent enough throughout a game. I feel like at some point they're going to have a bad turnover, something bad is going to happen.
My guess right now, Georgia is the team to beat in the SEC.
Well, it's going to be.
It'll be interesting to see offensively if they can just ground and pound and just keep the ball away from Tennessee next week.
Well, they both have the ability to scrum like rugby. And that, I mean, when they get that pile going, I mean, that's, I think they kind of need to work on that as far as a rule, because you got 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 300-pound guys just rocking and rolling. And
I watched the Southern Miss Lafayette game last night, and they got on the goal line on third down. They ran the running back, and the guy was probably at the 3-yard line, and the offensive guard just grabbed him and pulled him back into the end zone.
Yeah, that ought not be legal.
That can't be legal.
I know.
think you push from behind.
Yeah.
They let him push from behind, but this guy actually was pulling
That's right. You can't do that.
into the end zone.
You can't do that. I've got some great information on all the college games this week, and of course I've got the some of the big games are Sun Belt Conference games, where Coastal Carolina 6-1 plays at Marshall. Marshall needs to knock Coastal out, don't they?
Well, it doesn't matter to Troy either way. I mean,
You don't
Troy,
think it does?
They're in the East Division, Troy's in the West.
Yeah. Of course, it
matters as far as who will host the home game in the playoffs. I mean, the championship game.
Yeah.
Whoever has the best record and best ranking would host the championship game. So if Troy has the better record and overall ranking, they would host another game in Troy.
Yeah.
against the other side.
Probably Coastal Carolina.
There we go. That would be huge.
Yeah.
So you do need Marshall to beat them.
Yeah. Well, we gotta, we have to take care of business, and we play Louisiana November the 5th. What time is that game next Saturday?
I'm looking at it right now.
Let's whoop them guys.
I bet it's that night.
Let matters.
The big issue now is Southern Miss. Troy can't lose a game now.
Right.
If Southern Miss doesn't lose. See, Southern Miss is now 3-1 in the conference, 5-3 overall. They've won 3 in a row. South Alabama's still 2-1 too, so they need to lose another game.
Do they play Southern? Do they play Southern?
Yeah, I need to look that up. I'm sure they will because they're in the West. But Coastal Carolina's 3-1, 6-1. Old Dominion's 2-1, but puts 3-4 overall. So it looks like the East is going to come down to Coastal and Old Dominion. because James Madison's not going to factor in. Georgia Southern's 2-2, so they got an outside chance. But the West Division is pretty much a three-man race between Troy, Southern Miss, and South Alabama because everybody's got one loss. But Troy's got the head-to-head over Southern Miss and South Alabama.
And we play Louisiana. Do we know what time? Let's see. Let me go to
4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. They play in Lafayette. That's going to be 8 days, 8 hours, 12 seconds, and 36 seconds. No, 12 minutes and 36 seconds.
All right, here we go. Louisiana plays Southern Miss next. Oh, no, we already got that
Yeah,
one.
that's right.
I'm off a week. Hold on. All right, next week, Appalachian State's at Coastal Carolina on Thursday. In the Sun Belt, Marshall's at Old Dominion. Next week, Georgia State's at Southern Miss. South Alabama's at Georgia Southern. Troy is
At Louisiana.
at Louisiana. And then Texas State's at Louisiana Monroe. James Madison is at Louisville. Then the following week, on the 11th week of football, it shows Georgia Southern at Louisiana, App State at Marshall, James Madison at Old Dominion, Army at Troy, Southern Miss at Coastal Carolina.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
And
So Southern Miss will probably beat that Coastal.
Yeah.
Mike, also for that.
And you know, South Alabama's got a really good chance to probably get beat by at Georgia Southern too in a couple of weeks.
But
we need South Alabama to lose another game and Southern Miss, and
Yeah.
Troy's got a little breathing room.
who does Southern Miss play that can beat them?
He just said Coastal Carolina.
Yeah.
Coastal
Yeah,
Carolina.
So they do play at Coastal
Now
Carolina.
look at week 12. Listen to this.
And on the 19th, they're at South Alabama's at Southern Miss. South Alabama could beat.
All right, okay, I got you.
All right, week 12, Coastal is at Virginia. Georgia State's at James Madison. Old Dominion's at Appalachian State. The Raging Cajuns are at Florida State. South Alabama and plays at Southern Miss.
Okay, that's the
Week
big.
12. And then we got Monroe at Troy, Arkansas State at Texas State, Marshall at Georgia Southern. So let's whoop Louisiana.
Yeah, I know, that's right. We got to get them.
I mean, I'm just going to say this: if Troy beats Lafayette, beats ULL. I mean, Troy will be in the driver's seat. They're going to play La Monroe at home. La Monroe, I think it's 2-6, and then they're going to finish Arkansas State on the road. Last game of the season, I think Arkansas State's 1-6. So you got a really good chance to win the West if you beat Lafayette.
Now, this summer when we kind of did some pre-stuff, would we have ever thought when you start going through the schedule that Troy would be in the position that
Yeah,
they're in?
that's right.
No way. I had Troy going 6-6, I think.
Yeah.
Summer
You're right.
salute to the drill sergeant and his staff.
My
and his
boy
players.
did that, Coach. I had you going undefeated, man. I had you going undefeated.
Yeah, Troy going 8-4, I think.
Yeah. Of course, we've got.
Every once in a while you get lucky, considering we're coming off 5-7, 5-6, 5-7.
Yeah. Well, Old Dominion.
We owe La Monroe payback. Remember they canceled that game.
Oh, I know it.
We would have gone 6-6 that one year.
Sure would.
Of course COVID was going on, but that hurt Troy for sure. Troy had an outside chance to get into a bowl game that year.
And of course, with the high schools coming all the way down to the playoffs, and that's going to be very interesting. And yeah.
Well, one thing I do want to mention, in about the second week of November, high school basketball is about to start.
That's right.
Of course, a lot of middle school teams are playing and JV teams, but I know Charles Henderson starts. I saw Austin Cross last night at the game. He's a senior for Charles Henderson. We're looking forward to them having a good year. Pike Liberal Arts, I believe, opens up on November the 10th at home versus Trinity. I think Charles Henderson opens up at home that night, but the middle school's been playing. Yeah. And
I'd be interested to see some of Pike Liberal Arts basketball team. Some of their schedules that they're
Well,
going to start
it's
off
out.
with.
I'll try to bring a copy of it next week in Charles Henderson.
Yeah, big news.
And
You mentioned
Goshen.
Austin Cross making the move from Pot Level Arts to Charles Henderson. I mean, you're talking about bringing in a big-time scorer. I'll be interested to see how he does at the 5A level.
Yeah. Well, you got Mario.
Private school.
Yeah, Mario Davenport, 6'5". He's back at Charles Henderson. And Tim Faison, I saw him the last home softball game of the Lady Trojans at Charles Henderson. I wanted to watch them play.
Yeah.
And Tim is a heck of a fella.
Yeah.
And is a great person. And I said, Coach, I know you lost a lot of players. He said, well, let me say this. He said, my young guys, they work so well together. I'm excited about this year. And he was excited.
Yeah.
And this is before he got Mario and
Yeah.
Austin, you know. And that it is what that is. And that's red, white, and blue. It's America. If you can go to a school or you know, do what you need to do, and they're going to have a great year.
The
Yeah,
seventh.
they had a shocking disappointment to last year. I mean, everybody thought for sure they're going to the Final Four,
Mm-hmm.
and they had blown out Ozark 2 or 3 times. I think every time they beat them by 20, and then they got beat by Ozark in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, I remember that.
Shocking end to the season.
Troy University opens up on the 7th. What day is that, Mike? 7th of November. And
They
they'll-
play Montebello?
Yeah, play Montebello.
Excuse me. That's on a Monday night.
Yeah, on a Monday night. That's Monday night week. So this Monday night, next coming Monday night is Halloween, and then the next Monday night we got Troy basketball.
Hey, I want to plug this. Next Friday and Saturday at Pike Liberal Arts Cafeteria, the archery program, we're having a 3D archery tournament shooting at 9 animals. You get to shoot a total of 27 arrows. It'll take you about 45 minutes to shoot. All you hunters out there, or we have open division for adult men and women.
A 99-year-old can
Yes.
come if he wants to.
You got to use our bows. We got plenty you can borrow. We got our arrows to use. We don't want you bringing in your high-powered
No,
bow.
you're right, we don't.
Because we're indoors and we don't want our targets wore out. But it's a fundraiser. You can either shoot at 4 o'clock next Friday. You shoot at 5 p.m., 6 p.m., or 7 p.m. Saturday morning, we'll have flights at 9, 10, and 11. Then you can get on and watch your ball games. But I could shoot 27 people at one time
Oh,
on a
God.
flight. In other words, say if you're
Yeah.
shooting the gold arrows, you shoot your 3, then I shoot my blue, then Michael can shoot his purple.
Yeah.
Then after we shoot and the range is clear, we go down range and we score our arrows. And we got a clipboard. Then you take your clipboard after you score, take it to the next target, say the deer. Then we pull your arrows. Then we all line up behind the deer on the deer
Yeah,
line.
okay.
Then after that, you go to the next target.
So it's different competition for each.
Right. We have
Yeah.
4th and 5th grade competition, 6th through 8th grade, high school, 9 through 12, and we got open. Any person who's out of high school. Invite the fraternities and sororities. If you can shoot a bow, come on. You got to be in at least the 4th grade, and we can get you going. And but it's a great fundraiser. Like the first flight, we're getting door prizes, and whoever's on the front flight, we got your name in a pot.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull your name out. Mike Amos wins a gift certificate from Whaley Pecans.
Oh boy,
We've
I
got
love
Whaley
to do
Pecans has already donated. We've had a gift certificate for a free oil change. We've got candles. We've got different miscellaneous things, and we're adding to it.
that. Yeah.
And then on the 14th of November, there's a fall festival at Pike Liberal Arts,
Yeah.
and we're doing an archery shoot on the baseball field.
Oh boy, yeah.
And if you qualify, your name goes in the pot. And at the end of the day, the night, you pull it, you may win one of the big prizes.
Well, that's good.
But
That's
anyway.
good. It's gonna be a lot of fun, especially if
So
you.
when y'all shoot bows, do y'all have the sharp points there? I mean,
Yes, and I've done single shot BB guns. I was, of course, military. I run it like a military range. Whitey Whitman helped certify me and Jinx Altier in hunter education, doing single shot BB guns.
Oh yeah, he did. I did that with Whitey Whitman growing up.
And I'm still certified.
That's why I was such a great bird shooter on Crow Hill.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so when you are managing the range, and after someone, they got to follow your commands, and it's a whistle command, so it's a safe environment. There's an archery range at the Pike County Lake.
Yeah.
You can take your child there and sign in at the office. It doesn't cost anything. I think there's like 10 targets out there. And now we're mentioning the Pike County Lake. That's a wonderful place to go fish, picnic. They're open every day but Wednesday. However, it's owned by the state of Alabama. The beautiful building and all the lake is managed by the city of Troy.
Yeah.
The road to it is a county road.
Yeah.
That road needs paving. It's been open for about 5 years. Fix the road, or remember, go to Kelly Tires, Firestone, discount and get your line in, your front end lined up.
Yeah.
If you meet somebody, one of you's got to leave the road.
Yeah.
But let's get that road paved.
I know,
Okay,
we really need to, and I can't understand why Johnny and some of my buddies don't get it done.
Call your commissioners, your city councilmen, whoever you got to call the state of Alabama. Let's get it paved. It's a mile down that road? You're spending money everywhere else paving a road to a liquor joint.
Yeah.
Or that moonshine place.
Yeah.
I don't know who's paying for that, but
yeah,
maybe we need to raise money and pay it ourselves.
I'm sure they're paying for it. They've got probably unlimited as far as the amount of money. Is that open yet?
No. It looks like construction has been stopped for right now.
Clyde made distillery was supposed to open.
Yeah, but they plan on doing it. But right now it's not any construction going on.
Maybe we need to do let's pave Pike County Road, Lake Road, and just start raising money to the citizens. Anyway.
I still think somewhere out that way would be a great place to put a little golf course.
It would.
Yeah. Of course, our show is brought to you by Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram trucks on the bypass right here in Troy. And of course, we appreciate them so much. Remember, nobody can beat a Premier deal. Nobody. Here's a call coming in. Let's see. Look at Boris Lee. Good morning.
Hey, Mike. Will Matthews.
I'm glad you called, Will. We don't have your...
Will, his pick didn't go very well, man. I'm sorry.
I hit the pro game and was 0 for 3 on college.
Well, tell me who you like this week. Will Matthews calling from the Matthews. Are you at home or are you at the office?
I'm at home. I haven't worked on a Friday in 14 years.
That's nice. Well, that's good, Will. Will Matthews with the Matthews Law Firm in Ozark.
If you can't get your work done in 4 days, you don't need to work.
And I'm sure you're...
Will's not telling the truth, though. He works like a 10 to 12-hour day every day. So
That's true.
You can take Friday off.
I do that. I know. But I do have some picks. No guarantee.
All right, here we go.
Will always ask lawyers, does the lawyer ever retire? You just work until the day you die? How's that work?
Yeah, I'll work till the day I die. In fact, I get my Social Security starting this month. I waited until I can make all the money I can and draw Social Security. I don't get penalized. It's 66 in 4 months for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's wonderful.
All right, who you like?
All right, the first one I like is Coastal Carolina against Marshall. And Coastal Carolina's getting 3 points. And I think they're going to whip them.
Oh, yeah, they'll win that game. All right.
Marshall just went on the road and shot James Madison, won 26-12.
Yeah.
James Madison, so they're playing a little better.
All right, what kind of what's the point spread there?
3 points.
3 points. Okay.
Marshall now is 2.5.
All right.
We'll give you 3.
Okay.
Now I like this is a strange one, really. I like in the Tennessee-Kentucky game. I like that game to go over the point. It's 61.5.
Oh boy, that doesn't sound bad.
I think they go way over that.
I mean, you got to think Tennessee will be in the 40s.
Tennessee's scoring a pile of points, and I like Tennessee in the game too, -12.
Yeah, I like Tennessee.
I think they'll wire up their
-12.
home too. This is a game everybody is all over Notre Dame against Syracuse. And Notre Dame's getting 2.5 to Syracuse, but I like Syracuse -2.5
Yeah.
against Notre Dame.
Syracuse could have easily won that game against Clemson.
And I know how Mike loves the Gus bus, but I think the Gus bus is fixing to get beat. They're playing Cincinnati, and it's a pickle.
All right, now,
Like Cincinnati.
let me make clear now. Syracuse is getting how many points?
Syracuse is giving 2.5.
All right, okay, good. I got you. All right. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, Cincinnati, Central Florida in Orlando. Is that right?
Yes.
I like the Bearcats. I'm going to take the Bearcats.
That's my pick, is Bearcats. Now, North Carolina is playing Pittsburgh, and I think North Carolina will beat them. They're giving up 3 points.
I do too. In fact, that's going to be a runaway. This is the best bet on the board. North Carolina's going to beat them bad. North Carolina's got a real good quarterback.
ScoresandOdds.com, Will, Central Florida's -1.5, so you're actually getting 1.5 points with Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, these lines fluctuate.
But I just love now. What did you say the line was on North Carolina?
3.
Boy, that is a win for all you out there. You just go to the bank with that one.
All right, now the next one I like is Iowa State against Oklahoma, and they're getting 1 point at home. I think Iowa State will beat Oklahoma.
Well, they're not having that good a year.
Yeah, Oklahoma is not doing well at all. Another big game. Now, this is a strange game to me. Ole Miss is playing Texas A&M, and they're giving up 2.5 points to Texas A&M. And I just don't see it. I think Texas A&M is going to win that game. It's going to be ugly. I think it'll be an ugly game.
Jimbo's got to win one.
Yeah, Jimbo is the pressure's on Jimbo.
And what?
I like A&M.
That game will be at 6:30 on the SEC network. Ole Miss is a 1.5 point favorite.
Yeah, I like A&M. Michael, what is the odds on Auburn and Arkansas?
What time is that game?
11.
11 o'clock in the morning.
I'm going with Arkansas. I don't care what the line is.
Arkansas is a 3.5 point favorite. The game's on the SEC network at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm going Arkansas on that one.
And Auburn gets how many points?
3.5.
Golly. Ooh. That'll tell you something right there.
I'll be honest with you though. I mean, this game started at 4.5. It's gone down to 3.5. So I mean, I don't think it's going to move much more. You'll probably be able to get Auburn at +4 maybe for kicks.
Auburn plus 88,000 fans. Auburn's going to win the game.
Yeah, I guarantee you that game won't sell out at 11 o'clock.
You don't think it will? So
the fan base is not really jumping up and down with this program right now.
Yeah.
And Michael, they have said Parson will coach to the end of the Iron Bowl. So I
heard that.
That's terrible. I mean, that's awful. I'd be embarrassed if I was Auburn.
Yeah, my twin sister has brainwashed my little daughter for football jersey or favorite football team today. She's wearing an Auburn outfit with an Auburn bow.
Oh boy. War Eagle. Hey, yes sir. War Eagle.
All right, my best bet of the week, my last one, is the cocktail party in Jacksonville.
Oh yeah, it'll be a blowout.
The line is 23 points. Give me the Gators. I'm taking Florida and 23 points.
That is a lot of points.
I don't know how they're going to do it.
I would find a way to get it to 24.5.
Well, the thing is, Georgia's got to be looking ahead to Tennessee. They're not going to admit it, but those players will be looking ahead to Tennessee.
Yeah, and that's one thing about Florida's quarterback, too. He is an athletic just freak. If he has an amazing game, it could be close. Who knows?
Is Tennessee looking ahead to them?
A close game. I'll tell you all an interesting story. I've been to the cocktail party one time. I've been to hundreds of football games, but I've been to the cocktail party one time, and it was Kirby Smart's first year at Georgia. Okay? Florida was coached by Jim McElwain, who was Saban's offensive coordinator at Alabama.
Maybe the Richards.
Jim McElwain got fired at halftime of that game.
Yeah.
Georgia had them 35-0 at the half. The stadium was empty at halftime. The Florida people left.
Is Tennessee looking ahead? Are they going to overlook Kentucky?
Championship game one year.
I know.
Yeah.
If he played Alabama, he won the game.
Dan Mullen did well at Florida for 1 or 2 years, and then he went.
Yeah, what about Dan Mullen? Dan Mullen to Auburn. He's coached at Mississippi State. He's coached at Florida. Would he be a good fit at Auburn?
I think he would.
I don't know. He talks a little like those boys up north.
He's on my Facebook. He picked Auburn to win Saturday.
Yeah.
He went from the huge veterinarian school at State. He would fit in well at Auburn.
Yeah, you're right. I tell you what, he's a better.
Auburn's going to keep Harsin. Maybe Harsin will win 4 or 5 games before the end of the year.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that.
They keep him, man.
All right, here we go. You got Coastal giving the 3. You got Tennessee over 61. Tennessee minus the 12. Syracuse minus the 2.5. Cincinnati plus the 1.5. Is that right? North Carolina, the steal of a century right here. North Carolina will blow them out. And then Iowa State, you've got Iowa State, I don't know how many points you, +1 against Oklahoma. That tells me something there. Boy, it really does. A&M plus a half, 1.5. Auburn, did you take Auburn plus?
No, Arkansas.
All right, you took Arkansas. Okay. Arkansas.
Matt Brown, that's one thing you got to say. He has done an unbelievable coaching job at North Carolina.
Well, he has this year, and let me tell you, he's got he has perhaps the best quarterback in the country. This kid at North Carolina is a real deal.
Matt Brown's won 271 games.
And you also took Florida plus the 3.5.
23.
23.5. Excuse me, plus the 23.5.
Dad, did you not hear that? Matt Brown's won 271 games. He might win 300 games.
And he's done a great job, And from every indication of anybody I've ever known, they say he's a great guy. Everybody says Matt Brown's a great guy.
71 years old.
Yeah. But you know what? For a long time, his brother was more popular than he was.
Watson?
Yeah, Watson Brown. Watson Brown beat Alabama when he was at Vanderbilt.
Mike, really that's not true.
Well, he was the quarterback.
He was the quarterback. Scott Hunter beat Alabama that day. He threw 6 interceptions.
Did he really?
Yes.
But weren't you thrilled to be a Vanderbilt Common?
I was at the game.
Yeah.
His brother's 72, Watson is.
Yeah, Watson, yeah. But, I don't know what Watson's doing now. They would tickle me to know what he's doing.
He was an athletic director in Cookville, and he's
yeah, okay, I got you.
Tennessee Tech.
Yeah, and that's a 1AA program, I think. Hey, I would like to say that Bill Belichick has named Mac Jones to remain the starting quarterback when they visit the Jets. And I hope Mac Jones can have a great weekend and win.
They're not even talking about Mac Jones is injured. He's got a horrible ankle injury.
But now he doesn't. He's supposed to be well, Mike, or he wouldn't be playing.
They say the interception of the night he threw hit the wire that was coming across the field with a camera.
Boy, did he really?
That's what they're saying. There's all kinds of videos.
Boy, they ought to do something about that now, I tell you.
It's supposed to be a do-over.
Yeah.
Watson Brown's career, his record, head coaching, was 136 wins, 211 losses.
Golly. He didn't do very well, did he?
Well, I mean, look where he coached at UAB at Vandy.
Yeah. All right. Where has he been lately?
Tennessee Tech was the last coaching job.
You know, he was recruited to play basketball and was drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates baseball organization.
Oh, he's a great athlete, wasn't he?
He chose to play quarterback.
Yeah, but you know, he was well known in the coaching circuits and so forth.
They beat Alabama 14-0 over the number 13 Alabama Crimson Tide in 1969. It was the first win in 13 years for Vanderbilt.
Yeah, and Alabama was ranked 13th at the time. And Watson Brown.
You know, Vanderbilt football stadium doesn't it basically cover the baseball stadium? Isn't it some kind of weird?
It's right up against it. You're right.
It's right next to it. Yeah. Because we've been to baseball games there too. I mean, Vanderbilt Stadium. I mean, I wonder if they'll ever. I mean, I guess there's no room to build another stadium.
This is Mike Amos along with Will speaking to you from Dudley Field in Nashville. Dudley Field.
Well, I'm fixing to give you a scenario that's going to happen. Okay?
All right.
It will be probably 3 or 4 years. The Tennessee Titans are building a dome stadium in Nashville.
Are they really? Are they
that's
really?
Right. I read that.
It's going to cost $2 billion.
Are you serious? Golly.
Vanderbilt and Tennessee State are going to take over the stadium that the Titans use now.
Yeah.
It seats about 65,000.
A beautiful stadium. Really a beautiful stadium.
So Vanderbilt and Tennessee State will take over that stadium, and they'll probably tear down Dudley Field.
That's really a smart move, though, if you think about it, because, the SEC fan base travels so much, they could just sell several tickets just to the visiting team.
And another thing, Will, the hotel right there, you don't even have to go into the stadium because the hotel is located right at the football stadium, and you can see out over.
Marriott.
You remember that we stayed there at a baseball tournament one time. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. Dad and I were sitting in there eating breakfast, and Vanderbilt's baseball team walked in.
Sure did.
It was like looking at an NFL team or a basketball team.
Yeah.
Every pitcher, every player was like 6'5" or 6'7".
Oh, yeah.
In baseball.
Yeah.
But, the Holiday Inn there also borders right into the campus, too. There's a big Holiday Inn and a big Marriott.
The Dothan Eagles got all the games on scheduled for television, so I can tell you exactly who's playing where and what. I like that. I tell you what, the Dothan Eagles does a great job. They really do. And to look at the first game Saturday is Ohio State, Penn State. Does Penn State have a chance? I would watch this game.
I like Penn State. They're getting 16.
They're getting 16? Is that at 16?
16 at Penn State, yeah.
Wow, that is a lot.
But
a lot of points.
Yeah.
James Franklin has 2 homes down here at the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Does he? I didn't know that.
Michael, he used to own part of that restaurant down there, the old Florida Fish House. He used to be one of the owners.
Yeah, I like it.
Tommy Tuberville used to be one of the owners of that, too.
That's
I know
right.
there were 4 or 5 football coaches that owned it.
That's right. And then my buddy that owned the restaurant in Destin, I'm trying to think of it.
Well, according to Harbaugh, he started the incident in the tunnel.
Oh, did he?
Between Penn State and Michigan.
Okay.
Well, I tell you what, Michigan just wore Penn State out. They just ran the ball down their throats. That's one thing about Penn State. If Ohio State has any kind of running game, they'll blow them out.
Saturday.
Michael, when you were talking about Vanderbilt baseball, one of my roommates at Vanderbilt, we had 8. There were 8 of us that lived in a suite, and one of my roommates was a guy named Scott Sanderson. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, the Wimp's son.
No, not Ken to Wimp. Now, Scott pitched for Vanderbilt, and he played in the majors for, God, I don't know, a long time, maybe 10 or 15 years. And I don't know what he's doing now, but he had a winning record in the pros. I mean, he played for the Expos, for the Cubs.
And then let me tell you how much I know about this that you're talking about. Fosness, Spear, and Ford, and Ben Blulicart. They were all his roommates at one time.
Well, not all of them, but Joe Ford and Mark Elliott were, and they were on the team.
Yeah.
But I knew Butch, and I knew Jeff, and Jeff's a doctor out in Colorado, and Butch is up somewhere in Wisconsin.
I saw them beat Leon Douglas one Saturday afternoon in Tuscaloosa, where it was a tight game, but you didn't foul. I think they hit 23 straight free throws to beat Alabama. 23 straight. They were a great free throw shooting team.
Mike, the underrated player on that team was a guy named Terry Compton.
Yeah, I remember Terry Compton well on the Alabama team.
Kentucky.
He was what you call a penetrating guard, Terry Compton.
They played Alabama my freshman year, and Terry Compton stole the ball from Alabama's point guard twice in both games, and Vanderbilt beat Alabama both times, and Alabama didn't get to go to the NCAA because back then they only took one team, and Vanderbilt won the SEC, and they retired.
What Alabama go to NIT and stuff?
Yeah.
No, they turned it down. They would not go.
Let me tell you.
The NIT was not as big as the NCAA back in the day, was it?
It was.
My favorite Vanderbilt player of all time was Barry Goheen.
Oh, yeah, he was great.
He's a left-hander.
Yeah, that's right, left-handed guard.
Didn't Van Brendekoff end up coming back to be the head basketball coach at one time?
Yeah.
His daddy was a coach.
He was horrible.
So, Will, when you played golf at Vanderbilt, y'all won the SEC. Like, what were other good golf programs back then?
Georgia was good. Florida was good. Alabama was good.
Yeah.
Auburn was not so good.
All right, let's get a shot at these games tomorrow, and of course, everybody be watching.
You got games tonight too.
I know.
BYU and East Carolina.
Yeah, I'll take East Carolina.
Is that BYU, and then you got Florida International, Louisiana Tech tonight too. So you got 2 college games tonight.
The most important game for our ex-coach.
Auburn history.
No, TCU at West Virginia. He's don't you think he has to have this to save his job?
Yeah, but I mean, the likelihood of them slowing down TCU is not good. They're giving up about 35, 38 points a game.
But he's got a shot at keeping it.
It's very low. It's low.
I know. It's only 7.5. They beat TCU the last couple of years.
Yeah. Well, it's a big game for him this year. TCU at West Virginia, 11 o'clock kickoff on ESPN.
If a 3-14 beats a 7-0 team, you don't see that happen very much.
Yeah. Well, at the 11 o'clock hour, you can see Auburn. At the 11 o'clock hour, you can see at Arkansas. At Auburn, Arkansas.
Plays at 7 o'clock.
That's right.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, Penn State plays 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good
Oklahoma at Iowa State. That Georgia Tech at West. I'm gonna predict something. I think Georgia Tech's gonna beat Florida State.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Georgia Tech lost their quarterback. He's out for the
Oh,
year.
I didn't know that.
That line's 24.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Florida State killed it.
Oh, gosh, I don't know. I still, if I could get those points, I'd take Georgia Tech.
So Troy, we need to mention this again. Troy Cable will have cameras tonight for the Pike County
Yeah,
game.
they will be on the air starting at 7 o'clock.
And they're doing the Carroll game as well.
And also do Carroll Bozark against. Let's see who does Carroll have.
St. James.
Yeah, St. James. So those are two real good games. Steve, we've got them on channel 2 and channel 14. Is that right?
He's talking to somebody.
Well, I was trying to, but
Does Troy know where they're playing in the playoffs yet?
they're playing at home.
Well, I know, but do they know who they're playing?
They looks like
Charles
Williamson.
is going to play Williamson out of Mobile.
And I don't know who Carroll will be playing.
Carroll's in the playoffs too. We just don't know.
Yeah, Carroll plays Gulf Shores.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh man, that's gonna be tough, man. They're like 9-1.
Shores.
Their old coaches, their coach is Mark Husband, used to be the head coach of Louisiana Lafayette and at UNA.
Yeah.
And their offense coordinator Kenny Edmonds used to be offense coordinator at Troy.
Doesn't Rick Rose coach down there too?
No, he's not
does,
coaching.
play-by-play, I think, on some.
Yeah, he does some.
You know who their defense coordinator used to be with that Brian Van Gorder. He used to be the defense coordinator like Notre Dame and Auburn.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like all these college coaches down there.
But it's gonna be
We should have got Chuck Dunn on. We need to get him on. Talk about Enterprise next week.
Yeah, well, we
The
will.
playoffs.
You know, going back to Barry Goheen and his collegiate career, he won 9 games last second shot.
You mean he made the last shot?
He won 9 games in his career at Vanderbilt.
I knew he was a good one. I can remember right now on TV, he hit a long jump shot to win the game.
All right, against Tennessee, they were down 58-50 with 48 seconds left. He scored 7 points in the last 30 seconds and a game-winning free throws to win 60-59.
Can you believe that?
Then they beat Pittsburgh. He hit a shot to beat Pittsburgh at the end of the game. Then he also defeated Louisville at a half-court shot to beat Louisville.
Golly.
Georgia, he had one against Georgia at the buzzer to win, but he's currently practicing a practicing attorney in Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, I would have put 4 men on him and made sure he didn't beat me. But you're right, that was a great one.
When they announced, they used to always say string music.
Yeah, that's right.
String music from Memphis,
I
Tennessee.
go back with, and everybody knows this, I go back with Clyde Lee for Vanderbilt going up against the great one at Kentucky. What was it? The great? Huh?
Dan Issel.
No, not Issel though. It was Clyde Lee. He was a big Kentucky guy, and I can't remember his name. But I can't remember a lot of people's names.
They said that ESPN had a
Cotton
broadcast.
Nash. Hey, Cotton Nash. You ever heard of Cotton Nash? Cotton Nash from Kentucky and Clyde Lee for Vanderbilt, 2 big guys.
It says ESPN has a broadcast of a half-an-hour documentary summarizing Goheen's last-second game-winning shots.
Isn't that
I've never
unreal?
seen that,
Yeah.
but you probably could pull it up on YouTube or something like that.
Alabama used to have a guy that he did it more in the pros, but
Big Shot Bob.
Big Shot Bob,
Andalusia,
from
Alabama.
Andalusia, you're right.
Yeah,
Rob Robertson.
My favorite player. I probably watched every game he played in the playoffs.
Of course, Alabama and
Robert Horry.
South
Alabama
Alabama.
and Troy have off week, so it's all about the Auburn Tigers tomorrow for everybody.
And if you want to go to Auburn, it's a shot. It'll be a great game.
I think the weather's good. I don't think it's going to rain tomorrow.
I'm looking for somebody to drive me. Anybody to drive me. We'll take off out here about 7 o'clock in the morning. Stop by my restaurant in Banks like we always do.
Banks by right.
Well, you right, man. If you don't go to Banks right, Banks, what is it?
Banks by right.
But Banks by right, you're missing out. Tomorrow morning.
You know, I've texted with his wife, Sheila Rosen.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be 78 in Auburn, overcast.
Overcast, but not rain.
Yeah, rain doesn't come till Sunday.
Okay, good. So I like that overcast weather, don't you? Better be a little cool, wouldn't you?
Jacket weather.
Somebody, give me an opportunity to go to that game. I might want to go. Cause hey, we'll be.
They gotta carry you around the stadium. Though.
No, I'm gonna call Will Matthews and say, "I told you so. I told you so."
Well, call your nephew, or don't you have some kinfolk that has connection? They can probably drive you right up under the stadium.
He's got a daughter that could put him on the 50-yard line.
That's right.
Call her best friend.
I think we'll go ahead and call her.
We need somebody to put you in the press box.
I just think this is a big game for Auburn. I really do. They need it.
No doubt.
Well, Auburn will go to 3-5 if they lose this game.
I don't think so.
That means Hartson's overall record as a head coach. He won 6 last year, so he's won 3 this year. That'd be 9.
Yeah.
7-5, so that'd be 9-12 would be his record.
Auburn's fan base of at least 88,000 in the stadium and another 50,000 outside the stadium. Hey, it's going to be way too much for Arkansas to handle it. Those Arkansas guys will be scared to death, Will. They'll be scared to death.
You'll know if Auburn whips Arkansas, I've lost $110. You'll
somebody would have to pay me to go to that game.
Well, I might just do that. But
I'm taking my kids to some crazy upside down house.
Believe you me, don't.
Here's who they have left. They got Arkansas. Then they play at Mississippi State.
They'll beat Mississippi State.
Then they play Texas A&M.
They'll be
at home.
That's 3 in a row.
Then they play at home versus Western Kentucky. Then they travel to Alabama.
Again, I think they'll choke. Western Kentucky will choke in front of 88,000 fans.
I think for sure Mississippi State and Starkville will beat Auburn. I know Alabama will beat Tuscaloosa.
Oh boy!
What about Texas A&M?
Hey, let me tell you this: Mississippi State is one of the poorest coach teams in America.
They're a lot better.
This guy's a comedian. He's not a football coach.
I know, but they're a lot better in Starkville.
They're gonna ring Auburn.
All right, get ready. Hey, get ready, Will, and you folks, you get ready. Look, everybody's getting ready. Here's the Auburn Tigers. They're running through everybody. The Tigers will win. The Auburn might. Listen, Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday morning on Halloween. Hey, have a good time. We'll see you then.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.